What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Felicia, coming to you live from, well, not live, coming to you from North Carolina. I'm at my parents' house for a long weekend, but I still want to make sure that I put up a video. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put this up on Sunday because it's Easter. Maybe I'll put up the next day, who knows. So yeah, let's just get into it. I'm gonna start, this is probably gonna start to annoy me. So I'm gonna start with like beauty favorites and then get into a book, a couple books, TV stuff, and then a food thing, because we like food. If you hear my dog, that's Toby just being weird. Toby being weird. Ugh, Toby. That's Toby. He loves coming down here. My parents also have a Maltese named Paco, and they hang out a lot. And I'll put some footage right here for you. And we are back. The first thing I'm going to talk about is a couple of Glossier products that I really like. So I had already been using Glossier like a long time ago, and then I took a break from it, and then I came back, and that just sort of made me realize like this is the skincare line for me. Toby. There's gonna be so much weird noise in the background. I'm so sorry. The first thing I'll talk about is the face wash. So this is the Milky Jelly Cleanser. This stuff is incredible. It is basically the most like nourishing and not harsh. Oh my God. Great. We're gonna keep that. Okay. So this is amazing. Also, it's got like something in there that makes it so you can open your eyes while you are washing your face and it's not like burning, I'm gonna die. So I also appreciate that. It's really, really good, and I found that the Glossier products have actually like really helped clear my skin up because the products are really gentle, and so they're not causing a lot of damage to my skin, which some like more harsh products actually do, and then it causes like more discoloration or more breakouts or whatever. But this stuff is also gentle, and it really helps me. The second thing I'll talk about is the Glossier Priming Moisturizer. Beep. This is actually my second tube of this. And this stuff is just amazing. I actually don't use another primer for my makeup when I use this, but this is really good. It gives a good amount of hydration without you feeling like sticky or like it's too much. Really, really good. I really, really like it. The last Glossier product I'll talk about. So I've never like been into like skin oils or like serums or anything like that. But my friend Julia, shout out for the second time on this channel to Julia, recommended their serums. They have like a set of 3, and this one is called Super Glow. It's like a vitamin C serum, and honestly, this is supposed to, oh, where'd it go? Woo, there I am. So this is supposed to like brighten up your face, and every time I see like a brightening something, I'm always like, it's not really gonna work. That's not really gonna do anything. But let me tell you, I tried this and then I put my makeup on and I was immediately like, I am brightened. I am alive. I look very good. So now I'm using this all the time. And the best thing about these is like, so here's this little dropper guy. And you do not need much of any of the serums for them to cover your whole face. And so these go like a long way. Like they're not, like the trio set is not super cheap, but like, these are gonna last me forever. I've been using this for a couple months and I barely made any sort of dent. Like, amazing. Definitely worth the money. I'm only talking about, I've actually been using most of the same makeup products that I talked about in my last favorites video. The only thing that I've sort of added in, I've never really been a fan of drugstore foundations. I've never really been able to find one that I liked until now. So, this is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, and I'm wearing the shade Nude Ivory, and this stuff is amazing. Like, look at my face. I'm like barely wearing any concealer, which is shocking. But this is amazing. So this guy, okay, I will tell you the one negative. It smells like paint. Maybe 2 negatives. Okay, it smells like paint, which I hate. And the applicator is like this weird like plastic thing. Can you hear that? So not my favorite, but it doesn't really matter. But this is like a pretty light coverage foundation that still like really covers everything, but it feels super light. Like it feels like I'm not even wearing foundation. And the smell, I swear to God, goes away after, you know, I brush it on or whatever. Like the smell disappeared. And it's only like, I swear this is like $6. $6 or something like that. Like that is an insane deal. And I got very, very lucky because like obviously the drugstore is not like, you know, Sephora where you can just be like, oh, I'm gonna try like these 3 shades and figure out which one is the best. You just sort of have to buy it and guess, and I somehow got really lucky and this is my shade. And also Wet n Wild is cruelty free, which I did not know, but that's pretty cool for drugstore makeup. So happy about that. They also have this nice little bunny rabbit that says cruelty free. Anyways, the last like makeup-y thing I'm gonna talk about is I've just finally started using setting spray again. I took a break from setting spray. I don't know why. I just like forgot about. Actually, you know what? I ran out and then I just never bought any new setting spray. Last time I was in Sephora, I got the Urban Decay All Nighter spray, and this is just does its job. It just does its job. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. And it's got a really good, like, some setting sprays, the sprayer is not great, but look at this. I mean, that's incredible. I mean, like, perfect spray, gets you everywhere. I really, really like it. Now, so in terms of books, I didn't bring, like, obviously I wasn't gonna bring like a bunch of books I'd already read in my bags to North Carolina because that would have been crazy. But so the main ones I'll talk about, like, so my last video, if you want to hear about all the books I've read since the beginning of 2018, go watch it. But my favorites this month have been Wild by Cheryl Strayed, Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn, and then this one, which I'm not actually done with yet, but I am loving. This is a series. This is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, and my last video I hadn't started this yet, I don't think, but this is, I love this. This is like my perfect kind of like fantasy novel. It's so good, and it's a series. I think there's like 4 of them right now, and she's about to release the 5th. Maybe that's wrong, but I think it's right. But I am loving this. I'm like, I can't put it down. Like this feels like a series I'm gonna like be addicted to. I'm really, really into it. I really like all the characters. I like the magical aspects to it, and you always love a book about some revolution. So this is really good. Red Queen. And TV shows. So there's a couple shows that I've been really loving this month. One is an old show. It's like not that old, but Vampire Diaries. When I got really sick in February, I watched so many, I like started back at the beginning. Like I'd already seen a lot of Vampire Diaries, but I started back at the beginning and I fell in love. Like, oh my god, so obsessed. And like I know it's not like an amazing like golden age of television TV show, but it's so addicting. I love vampires. I love it all. So highly recommend if you haven't seen it and you need something to like binge watch. There's 8 seasons and there is a lot of drama, a lot of blood, and it's so good. So yeah. And the other TV show that my boyfriend Travis and I have been watching a ton of is MasterChef Junior. This show is like the most full of heart TV show I've ever seen in my life. It's children chefs from 8 to 12 years old, and they are cooking like adults. Like Gordon Ramsay is so amazing on this show. It's so fun to like think about him on like Kitchen Nightmares or something and like have him on this show with like children, and it is just so beautiful and heartwarming, and it's such a feel-good show. And you also get like so attached to them, and you're like, you don't ever want anyone to go home, and like the kids you never want anyone to go home, and like the kids on the show, they don't want anyone to go home because they're all friends. It's like the best competition show ever. So yeah, I've been really liking that. And the last thing I'll talk about, so I didn't really know how to show this, so I grabbed my mom's little thing of turmeric. But I have recently started making turmeric milk, so golden milk, for Travis and me. And oh my god, toy. Okay. So I've been making So I've been making golden milk for Travis and me, and basically it's just like turning some turmeric into a paste, and putting it in a pot with like almond milk, or you can use like normal milk, but we drink almond milk, and coconut oil, and mixing it up. Oh, and honey. You definitely want the honey in there. And sometimes I also add cinnamon, and it is like the most comforting drink I've ever had. I know like turmeric's like very trendy right now, but honestly the health benefits are great. And this golden milk, it's like, it feels as though you're drinking hot chocolate when like clearly you're not, but like it's that same feeling of comfort when you're drinking it. And it's like the perfect like nighttime, like getting ready for bed drink. It is so, so good. I'll link the website I got the recipe off below, and I just follow that one every time, and it's like easy peasy. All right guys, and that's it. That's my March favorites. I'm spending a very relaxing weekend in North Carolina. Today I woke up, took a bath with a Galaxy or Cosmic or whatever bath bomb from Lush. It was amazing. I read my book, and now we're gonna like go downtown and get dinner and hang out and whatever. Oh, and I went to the gym. Good job. Thank you, Dad, for making me. And yeah, so having a great weekend, and I'll see you guys when I'm back in New York. Bye.